awake for one.
I saw that. I saw that.
I am on my connecting airport to
Oh,
your town.
No, dude. What kind of notice? What the? Are you when? What the? Are you kidding me right now? You're
No,
coming back to
seriously,
Vegas?
seriously, yeah.
Dude, I'm leaving town on Friday.
There's
What
no,
the?
yeah. I heard you say that. I said not again.
What the? Well, yeah, cause.
I know.
Well, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna maybe. Wow. Anyway, cool. How long are you gonna be here in Vegas?
Just till Sunday. I'm getting together with some coworkers. So
Dang it.
I know.
Actually, I was thinking because this trip that I'm going on right now, guys. Thank you for allowing the digression. We're talking about journaling today and documenting life and stuff like that. But this is, first and foremost, guys, we're a community. We help with fluency, so you can listen to us right now. And we're family. Candy and Mick and I are all in the same family. And I know that the monitor might reflect differently, but we have different Earth suits. We have different Earth suits. We're only here for a vapor. We're just temporarily positioned here.
Right.
Um, but that's so exciting. I'm going to actually see my brother in Riverside, California.
Oh,
And I
cool.
was going to visit him anyway on the way to Solvang to see my Christian mom for a few days. And he's like, "Oh, great! I'm going to the men's conference, the Calvary Men's Conference on Saturday. I'll get you a ticket, and we'll just go together." And I'm like,
Awesome.
"Great!" And
Yeah.
so we'll spend the weekend together at his house, and then Monday, and then Tuesday I go to see my mom and hang out in Solvang, California. And man, dang it!
I know.
But when that was all changing up, because she's having surgery, a minor outpatient surgery to remove a little bit of cancer on her bladder. You don't normally spend the whole week there. It was kind of up in the air, and I was like, all right, I can't really go see her too long. I thought she's having this big surgery, and I was like, what am I gonna do with this other 6 days? I was like, maybe I'll go to Texas. Let me just to catch a flight in Texas. Wouldn't that be
Huh.
crazy? I'm like,
That would
I
be
was
interesting.
surprised. I'm like, yeah, hey, I just arrived, man. I'm at the airport. You're like, I'm in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, yeah. Imagine. It's
Uh,
been a pretty wild 24 hours. I was supposed to be in Los Angeles to visit my sisters on a pit stop, and that flight got changed. So
ah,
I flew out last night at 10 p.m. Got here at about 1, and I slept in the airport for the first time. So that was interesting.
I noticed your hair was a little messed up, so I
Oh,
was like, oh, okay, yeah.
don't tell me that.
He's like, what the? Oh, guys, as you can see, those of you in the audience, we're family. We like to have fun. We like to connect. It's so crazy. We still have to get out and see Candy for sure. Absolutely. We have to meet Candy.
Hmm.
This year's evaporating. Maybe it'll be a non-issue because we'll all be together in another way. Um, could happen. It's all spinning so quickly. They're
It
building
is.
a beach in Las Vegas. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. Like literally, if you look up new Las Vegas beach on the strip, it's a 1.6 billion dollar projected project. So that means it'll be 2.6 billion, right?
Hmm.
Um, but they're basically like a huge part of the strip is going to be literally a beach. They're pumping ocean from California through a filtration system, and it's not anything small, guys. This is a big, supposed to be, obviously it's filtered, gigantic beach. I don't know how they're going to control evaporation. When we were in a drought and we were worried about potable drinking water, crickets. Nobody talked about pumping water from anywhere. Well, guess we'll drink sand. And now all of a sudden, hey, we're going to bring an ocean.
Right, right.
Ugh. Anyway, yeah, it's really good to see you and talk with
You
you,
too.
brother. It has to be short today because I go in early so I can get off early and prepare for tomorrow morning. So you'll be here by what time? Tonight?
First thing in, well, I think 9 in the morning, and then
Ah, dude,
gonna,
my
yeah.
bus is literally that was set up. I think the enemy's involved in that one. That
Uh,
was that was set up because I think that's my bus time. It's like 9. I'm like, dang it.
yeah. Well, no, thanks for
Anyway,
having me up here. Good to
Yeah,
see you
for
and
sure,
Candy.
for sure, guys. Mick is usually, like I said, 10 hours prior to this. He challenges you in different ways. Um, all of us have different dynamics of creating um, a moment for you guys to use your English to ignite a passion inside of you. And so, Mik, just click on him right now. Don't even give him much thought. Just click and follow him and find out when his live stream. Do you have a regular day, Mick, or you just kind of make it happen?
Well, actually, I've been off for pretty much the month. I'll be back in June, and
Oh wow,
yeah,
man, Steph did that too. She took what was it, April off. I think she took the whole month off. I can't even fathom that.
yeah, it's been a wild month, but I'll be back.
There you go. Click and follow. Mick, have safe
Thank you.
travels, brother. We'll see you
Appreciate you. You
soon. We'll
too.
we'll talk more sooner, and then we'll.
All right. We'll see
All
you
right,
guys.
brother. Take care. Man, that's crazy. Thank you, Candy, for letting me know that he was here.
No problem.
I don't know what's going. Yeah. Anyway. Well, guys, thank you again for allowing the digression. Anytime we see Steph or Mick, Jules rarely pops in now. She's very focused. She wants to release her book in China this year, and so she's really on it about going to China to release her book. And Jules, I I think her name is I am Jules, like all together, no spaces. But she's from the UK, and our goal is to do life together, guys. Today we're talking about journaling, writing your diary. How many of you have journaled or started a diary? I have a bunch of half journals because I'm passionate. Even on my trips to Solvang, I buy a new one, because you want a reason to buy stuff. I buy a journal, I start to, and then I get distracted. But there was a season in my life for about 12 years where I journal pretty regularly. And when I look back and read that, I see how much reset was going on in my life, in my perspective, in my values, my identity as a man, as a person. And the pages weren't all filled out. Sometimes I rolled over to the other page. But taking the moment, not even digital, guys, I would go paper for sure. This was a really cool journal that I purchased. It's 365 giant pages with lines, a little bit of a date and a circle the day of the week and a weather thing. Place for your pen, just super cool, very affordable, really well bound. So even if you're in the middle of the book, it's still relatively flat to write. So I would get just buy the journal first, buy a fancy pen if you're a pen person, and the time it takes you to think of the words and actually, scribe the letters and stuff is part of the process. It's your handwriting. I mean, think about it. If you found a journal from a great grandparent, that they had wrote things about their life and their reflections, wouldn't that be priceless if you could just sit there and maybe you never even knew your great grandparents, but if you could sit there and see their handwriting and realize that they touched those pages. You guys can put little cutouts or little things in there, cloth or anything, to make it a scrapbook. Have you ever heard of a scrapbook, Candy? Scrapbook used to be something people would put like dried flowers. This is one of the flowers your dad gave me. They press it between books and paper and dry it out. Can you imagine? I think it's so cool to like if you picked up a dried flower and this is from our honeymoon and like what the this is one of the flowers from their honey, to me that would be like wow. So anyway, we should have maybe called it scrapbooks as well, but what do you share about journaling, Candy? About your life? I mean, what made you start to create a diary or a journal? And can you think of any of the things you put in it? Just you could be general or specific, whatever you want.
I had the habit of writing the diary when I was young, cause my teacher, who was my teacher when I was in the elat sorry in the junior high school. The teacher just told us it's pretty good for us to write the diary to have the moment, which is very excellent for us, or it is a sad moment or the happy moment for us too. to have the record for this. But here is the thing. I think the diary is secret thing for ourselves, but our teacher just need us that we need to share with him so that we can have the habits every day. And he also had a comment about our diary, but I couldn't understand now. Maybe he just want let us to have the habit of writing the diary. I think when I was young, I wrote three diaries, and I think it included a lot of good things and bad things. When I opened the diary again, I think uh, it is great for me to just have the memory before, but I give it up to writing the diary when I was in the university. The first thing is that I don't think it is helpful for me to write this kind of thing down by using the diary. The second thing is that I keep record of my daily life on some social media, which is private, and I can read it very conveniently. So I also have the habit of writing a lot of things down. Like before your live stream, I keep the record of the exercising or my English or my mood, which is happy or not.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
No,
not the written things.
good, good. Look, so that's a great overview of diaries and why you would do it. Everything can be so fast, guys. The reason I said not digitally because it doesn't leave anything behind for other people. It's nice if you had a book of several journals from different years of your life. It's very tangible. And even if it's private, obviously you might not publish it, but to be left to someone, to a family member, to a friend, can help us to understand each other better. Of course, if there are things going on inside your mind that are complicated or could make you feel strong feelings in a way that is not healthy, you would want to take that time not only to document it and try to sort it, but include a friend so you can try to work through some of that stuff. Some emotions or sensations about situations can be toxic if they're hidden. And so it's really good to build friendships and get input and opinions from people you trust. So maybe you can consider if your perspective needs to be calibrated. Maybe the way we feel about something is not accurate. And so that's a whole nother topic that I think the digression in the quality of our friendships is really a bad thing for all of us to not have friends that we allow to get closer and trust more so that when we have these concerns or feelings, we can reveal it to them and get another perspective that we trust because sometimes we need to be calibrated. I could be feeling a certain way and ask Candy or Moneta their input, and then to see both of them respond separately differently than the way I think, I could go, oh, huh, I trust them both a lot. So maybe somehow I'm thinking about this wrong, you know, um, and that's really helpful. Let's bring up a guest on stage here real quick. I want to bring up someone here that let's see. Here we go. Gotta
Only one.
search. Yeah, one for now. Let's see, and then we'll look down here as well. And yeah, I see you guys. I see you guys. Let's bring up one for now. This is going to be a short live stream and a journaling, so I want us all to have different input. Oh, hi. Hi, Chanel. She's at work and maybe. Okay, sorry. Shh, shh, shh. Everybody quiet. Oh, she muted. Cool. Um, to get a different aspect on this. Journaling, guys, we're talking about journaling or writing a diary. No, no, you're fine. You're at work. It's okay.
Sorry,
Do you journal or do you write a diary,
I use it,
Chanel?
but now no. I used to
Yeah.
yeah, diary and write everything, but now no, I didn't. I don't do that.
No, it's okay. So what kind of things, as much as you're comfortable sharing, would you write in there? And did you go back and read the things that you wrote later on.
The problem is when I write something in my books, then I want to read it. I read it. I don't understand what I. Sorry.
Hmm. Hi, Mohammed. I see you there. There we go. Oh, I speak too fast. Okay, thank you guys. I was talking fast. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So to interrupt you.
Mm-hmm.
My problem is when I write something, then after a year, 2 years, I read it. I say, oh, really, that was happened to me. I don't even remember, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't prefer to uh, write something that happened to me, if it is bad or not, because I have a fish mind. I'm not good.
Oh.
I'm not good in remembering things.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I write something, then I read it. I don't know if this happened to me or not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but the process, so part of the process is learning how to compose our thoughts. Um, Let me see here, one moment. Part of it is learning how to compose our thoughts and to give words to the way we feel. And it's a refinement process. So, in the first, when we see that we've lacked detail, or we can change the way we document those things. But the process itself of taking time to write it can reduce our feelings about it, can make us feel that we have vented or release the pressure from the moment. And sometimes you're right. When you look at it, if it's written in a hurry or if it's written with an emotional charge, then we may not relate to the perspective. But that serves to show that how you feel at the moment may not even be substantial, but the feelings are real. And so when you go back and look at it, you can't reconnect with those feelings. You're like, why would I even write this? What was going on in my head. So it's a very cool process. And I know many times life is busy and we minimize these things that are actually helpful for us, like having friendships. Oh, I just don't have time to have coffee or tea or juice with my friends. It like just too busy, just too busy. But we forget that that process of meeting with someone regularly, it kind of invests in our life. Getting to know someone, like when we spend time here every day, the reason I feel that I couldn't take a month off is because talking and sharing and helping those people here and meeting with all of you, Moneta and Candy, and people that we see more regularly, Chino and even Mick. This is a very big part of my life. It helps me to understand my life and realize my purpose and get to know really cool people. And for some reason, it's more distant for me than local. I wish I got to know really cool people locally, but I don't know why that doesn't happen. So anyway, journaling, guys, is what we're talking about, and it's not uncommon. Candy, go ahead. Or are you
I
fixing your glasses? Oh, there. Oh.
I have I have something to say because I think nowadays we we don't need to limit it ourselves or the form to write the diary or something else because it's very hard for us to take just bring the diary the book by ourselves when we outside and I just want to say I want to make the diary but sometimes I just forgot to write a lot of things down physically by reading or using a pen. But
Mm-hmm.
it seems like, I exercise every day and today is my 16 days in the gym. And I take the picture when I was in the gym every day. And it seems like it's pretty hard for me to just post a picture in the diary, but it is very convenient for me just to post all the pictures on the electronic or the social media by privately.
Hmm.
And we have the function like, as for today, I can see a lot of the things which occur in the same day of another year, like the 2023 or 2022. So I think it's pretty good for us to just make the records. But no matter it is a diary or some paragraph, small paragraph, because I think people nowadays have the bad memory to remember the good things. So it's pretty important for us to remember the great moments in our life.
It is, it is, guys, and going from physical pictures to digital pictures. One of the best things I enjoy with my mom when I go to visit is she has like 4 or 5 gigantic photo albums. And when we flip those pages, especially with her Parkinson's, with her memory being challenged, she tells me a story from these pictures, and I can see the people. So digital hasn't enhanced the quality of our life at all. It makes us feel like it is. It's like it's like chewing gum makes you feel like you're eating, but you're not really eating anything. You're exercising your jaw. And the minty fresh flavor goes away in about 4 minutes. So now you're just chewing on rubber these days. It used to be animal fat, now it's rubber. Just exercising your jaw. So it gives the sensation of something without the reality of it. But physical pictures took you time. You had to pick the picture. And even if it didn't come out perfect, you had to keep it because you only had so much film. And then you had to get it processed. And then you took the physical picture and put it in an album and it kind of captured the moment. And it's enough to recall the people and give life to that image again. And so when I sit and talk with her and flip through, hey, when was this? She goes, oh, that day. Yeah, that was so funny because there was, and so even the few pictures I have, um, it recalls my prom night, and there's only like 3 pictures of that event. So I always argue I'm not just against modern technology. I think it gives the perception of more efficiency, more productivity, but not really. The quality of our lives is decreasing. And people used to stop candy because you can have a small journal. Look at the size of women's purses. Are you kidding me? There's not enough. Most women have backpacks. There's not enough space to take my journal. And people used to take the time to stop at a bench outside and have some fresh air and write down a few notes. Oh, today I just feeling weird this morning, but now I'm better. And so I think our lives, as big as they can be, need to be smaller to be more enhanced. And you won't connect with as many people, but I think the quality of our lives will be better. So journaling can help you to think about that, like our topics here. You know, Candy's exercising. This is a big season of her life. It's a fitness season, and Chanel may be going through things at work, or she might write down, "I'm just so blessed to have an employer that rewards my efficiency by allowing me time to practice my English while I'm on the clock getting paid. As long as I have everything accomplished." He's fine with me spending some time to develop my English. Here, that would not be the case, Chanel. Here, that would not be the case. No one would be allowed to be online or even on the phone if they were what we call on the clock. Yeah. So it's a blessing. It's a blessing that you have an employer that way.
All of, all of them helped me to practice my English. Also, my boss support me a lot to learn. Even he said, "I'm ready to send you to a training course if you want." So I applied, but it don't start now. Still don't start. They helped me a lot in my growing my skill. Even now,
Absolutely.
two of my employees come here to ask me something. I said, "Can you come back later?" He said, "It's okay."
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, these are the good things. In fact, at work, the supervisors, we deal with a lot of stress and a lot of demands, and have a lot of responsibilities. And normally they would do something called a team build, where all of the supervisors, department supervisors, would go do an activity together. Normally without alcohol, nothing like this, just something together, more than a meal, like an event, like an escape room where you got to figure something out together, or some kind of short journey. And we would have another store take their supervisors and cover our store, management. And this is really important, but because it can cost a little bit of money and organizing everyone's schedule and everything, they often put it off. But you know, um, we are not paid salary. We're paid hourly, and we're paid well. And we can get overtime without question. We can work extra hours at 1.5 times our pay, and we can do a lot of things. But the stresses of our environment would and our cooperation with each other would be handled differently if we all spent some personal time together. And getting paid, of course, that's great to get paid and spend time together. Um, but we haven't done it in some time. I've been there almost a year, and we are connected because we're doing life together, and we deal with a lot of stuff. And I think they don't value that. And I have to inject that today and say, we need time together. We don't need to spend $5,000. We just need time together. We need all to spend. We don't have the same personalities. We don't choose to spend time together outside of work. It's okay, but we have to make decisions and we have to support each other. And it would be better if we spent time together. And so, journaling, guys, can help you to spend time with yourself. How many people spend quality time reflecting on life with themselves? It can be your own appointment to spend time with yourself. And it's really valuable. So there's some things I'm trying. My old HP computer is dying. It's so sad.
Hmm?
It won't
Please,
hold a charge. It won't hold a charge. It won't keep any battery. And now even plugged in, it doesn't want to stay on. And I'm like, oh
please,
baby,
please
yeah.
buy a new one.
No, I already have too many computers. I'll have to, yeah. But I was gonna look. Oh, here I'll use this. I was gonna look up the thing I found about journaling. I'll just read the headlines, guys. I just want to show you some of the things that are beneficial to journaling and see if you think your life can use this. Mental clarity, stress reduction, emotional well-being. It's a creativity boost. It helps you with goal setting and achieving, like Candy documenting her exercise plan. Memory improvement. What was I thinking about last week that was so important to me? Oh, I journaled it. Let me look back last week. Problem solving, self discipline. I don't have enough time. Make time. Um, Personal growth and improved communication skills. Now, listen, English learners, how many people can improve their communication skills? Because you'd be forced to journal in English, to put your thoughts
Oh,
in your native language into English. Just saying.
but here it is the thing. If some of our students insist on writing the diary with our native language or our mother tongue, I don't think I can insist on writing the diary in the another or the second language.
Well, one day a week, that would be your homework. And then obviously if you're doing it for emotional organization or processing your thoughts, do it in your native language because you can express yourself better there. Plus, both of your languages look really cool when they're written. But when as an assignment, just translate part of your journal by hand into English. So, guys, there's a lot of reasons to get into this habit. Sometimes it's tricking yourself into seeing the value, like with exercise. You trick yourself until you develop an appetite for exercise, and then you get more involved. What do you think, Shino? Is this going to be something you will start up again in your life? To write once a week in your diary.
I did in English when I
Ah,
want to improve my So everything that I thought, or if anything comes into my mind, I write it in English. I think in English and I write it on the paper.
Good. It's going to promote your thinking in English as well, guys. And that's fluency. Being able to think in another language is the essence of fluency. It's not how you shape your words, it's not your accent. Those are fine tuned things. But teaching your brain that you want to process your thoughts in another language is the longer journey. 3 to 5 years. 3 to 5 years of effort it takes to develop a new neurological pathway. 3 to 5 years to develop a new road in your brain. So you have to maintain that road, you have to upgrade that road. And so once you do that, it's easier to create another road if you want to learn a third language. So there's a way of doing it, and I think journaling. I I, I still adhere to this. I don't mean anything wrong about it, but journaling was a term for men, and writing a diary was a term for women. To a degree, they're interchangeable. I don't think it makes a man less masculine to say writes a diary. It just we normally used to attach those words to male and female. Um, Journaling can also be seen as a more professional version of documentation for women, whereas diary would be more emotional charged, journaling documentation. So cool, cool, cool. All right. Um, Again, guys, I start work a half hour early today or an hour early today. So this is the last 20 minutes. Let's see if there's somebody in the wings who's been patient. Well, no, as usual, the men that were hanging out there left. They have no patience, guys. If you want to get on stage, don't give up so quickly. I do notice who's been waiting, and I thank you for waiting. But sometimes we try to allow for the process of our live stream to develop before I bring another person. So, Mr.
Uh,
Science, yeah, Candy, is that what you're going to say?
I want to say something like, I wrote the diary before when we're young, and I have three notebook I have written for this. And I think when I was 20, and I opened the diary again, and when I opened the diary again, I found that wow, why I had this opinions or feelings at that time. It is not mature, or did I make a not very smart or clever decision for that? And I think I can make the comparison between the former myself and the current myself. So
Cool,
I think,
cool.
yeah, it is brilliant. I found that it's pretty. Sorry, it is a little bit hard for me to write a lot of the long paragraph now, but I'm trying to write the short sentence in the notebook or the diary.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. Hi, Andrea. Thank you for finding
Hi.
a place. I
Hi.
know
Hello.
you're outside.
Sorry, I'm outside. It's not in my apartment. I'm in the community. So I just right now stay down the light, so it's a little bit dark. Sorry.
No, you're fine for all of that. Thank you for finding a place away from outside sounds. I like to hear sounds of the home and of outside, but unfortunately, the app doesn't adjust for those sounds. It kind of magnifies everything.
Oh,
So thank you for finding a place like you did, aside from everything. How are you? Hello, welcome. This is Shino, and that's
yeah,
Candy. And of course, Moneta is
Hello.
in our chat. Welcome.
yeah. This is actually my first time to come here. Yeah, because I
Wow.
I used to come here before, but yeah, I don't think I'm ready to to be on the stage and to talk with you guys. So I think now maybe it's time.
I agree. You're
Sorry.
doing well. No, you're
Yeah.
fine. No more sorries. You're all out of sorries. Can't use that word anymore. So we're grateful to have you here. We're talking about journaling in our lives or writing a diary and how important it is to reflect and organize our thoughts. And it can also be a way of looking back and, like Candy was saying, seeing what we were going or growing through, and you're like, wow, I'm a different person today. Do you journal or write in a diary, or have you ever?
I have, I think I have written diary before, but maybe after I graduated from the university and I got a lot of job to do, so I don't really have a lot of time to write a diary. But after you're working and I think you do a lot of like to do list every day for your work.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I think I changed my journal to the to do list. Like every day I will, how do I say, summarize my day and then to do the to do list for my tomorrow, like the following days, what I should do and what I should cooperate with my employees, with my colleagues, or some important things I can do while I am having a rest. So I think after I'm working, I don't really actually have time to write a diary because I think diary is actually something very private, right? Yeah, you write something about yourself, about your life, and you think about your life, and then you may be regretful for something, and you may be angry with something, or you may think, oh, shame on myself, I did something wrongly, this kind of thing. You will write it in a diary, but actually I'm working, I don't really have time to reflect on myself a lot. So I did have a lot of time to do the to-do list for my work because I think my life is, how do I say, is full of jobs and full of like work and other things. Yeah. So but
Listen,
when
did
I
you
was
guys
in the
hear what she's
university,
saying?
I really have a lot of time to write a diary because when you are in the college and when you are in the university or primary, senior, high school, you are students. You don't have to suffer from the pressure, financial pressure. You don't have to think a lot like what you want to buy, what you want to do, which place you want to travel, and all those things you have to earn a lot of money. So I think I lost a lot of things after I working. Yeah, compare to the days in the university. I really have time to how to stop, to have a rest, to think of, to think about myself, not others, not my job, not for my family. Yeah. But now you have the
Hmm.
burden on your shoulder. You don't have time to think about a lot. You
Yeah,
don't
did
have
you
to think
hear?
a lot. Yeah.
Are you guys processing what she's saying?
Yes.
Yeah, don't she doesn't have a lot of time to process her thoughts or think. She
Yeah.
has to make her to-do list for work. And so, of course, inside of I like what you're saying, and I want to just dissect it a little bit because sometimes we don't realize what we're saying until we think about what we just said. And so now she doesn't have time to think about herself a lot.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear
I think.
that? She only has time for a work list. Now, the work list and to-do list, that's part of what journaling would do. That's about goal setting and achievement. That's about
Mm,
discipline because she wants to be very efficient for work. And life does become busier after college. It's
yeah.
true. But think about what we have to do is see the value of the time spent in journaling and maybe refine that time. Obviously, now we're going to spend an hour journaling. But also, if you can see the increased benefit of organization of thoughts, of expressing emotions or perspective, because like when I talk, I process my thoughts. I don't process them in here. I process them out
Yeah.
here. So when I'm giving advice or saying something, sometimes it's me hearing it for the first time put into words and I go, "Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. No, that's not true." Right? And I can sort that out and sometimes journaling can do that. But we do need to protect and have a time for ourselves that's productive because otherwise we feel like a mouse on the wheel,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now that is what I'm I'm feeling right now. Definitely.
right?
Yeah,
And more money, more money, more money, less sleep, more money, less sleep, faster food.
yeah,
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
yeah,
And you might succeed and make it to being a retired person, but you'll be so stressed out. And when stress builds and builds and builds, you don't notice it. Here in our country, they had to adjust the way they prepare people for retirement because companies would give you more and more work. And if you want more money, you need to take more work. And so you're there 20 or 25 or 30 years, and then you stop all that stress because you get to retire. And many people were dying because your body
yeah,
can't build and build and build stress and then drop off. So, what we can do is adjust to each level by spending more quality time with ourselves, more
Yeah,
quality time with our families, and realize that that is what life is about at the end of the day. We do have to work, we do
mm,
have to do certain things. But if we don't define and protect time for those activities with our family and with ourselves, then we become that little mouse
yeah, yeah.
running,
I think
running, running.
I
Yeah.
really feel like a little mouse right now.
And there are seasons, right? There are seasons if
Oh,
you're starting a business, if you're starting a career, where there's going to be a spike in how much time you spend
mm,
at work establishing your career. It's
yeah,
true, it's a season, but you also have to say, I'm only going to do it for this period, and then I'm going to slowly bring back in my own time, reflecting on my life and my values, my purpose. And that's where journaling can become. And you guys can do an audio journal and then transcribe it and put it into something, because looking
oh,
back, you can see, yeah, you can see your growth and development. You can see, I can't believe I used to think that way. And
wow.
now I have evolved. Or wow,
Yeah,
I've been I've been
that's
thinking
really
like this for
very
years.
effective.
That's
Yeah,
so crazy. Yeah, and you can change
yeah,
those
that's effective.
patterns. Yeah, yeah. But I mean,
That's a good
I'm
thing.
not I'm
Like
not scolding your
I
life.
haven't thought that before, but that's
Yeah,
really effective. Yeah. If I don't
it
have
can
time to
be.
write down, actually, I can make a audio like record for myself, and then I can listen back, listen to it, right?
Listen to it back while you're Candy spends
Yeah,
a lot of
listen to
time
it
on the
back.
train,
Mm-hmm.
and she can listen to it back a little bit. And guys, it's we can get into harmful patterns and
Mm,
not realize it. And so when you have a friend, people used to have real close friends. They were so close that they didn't have to say this is my best friend. Everyone knew it. Everyone knew that was your best friend because you spent a lot of time together. And now everybody's afraid to call someone their second best friend. So everyone's my BFF. Everyone. No, no, that's not true. You
yeah.
know, it's not true. So having a friend that knows you enough that they can read you, they don't
Mm,
even have to read your journal. They can look at you and go, "Hey, wait a minute, time out. Candy, are you
yeah.
okay, Candy?" And she
Yeah.
can say, "Yeah, yeah, why?" And like, "Okay, let's talk on the side because something is clearly not okay with you. I can see something different about you." Having a friend that knows that can
Mm-hmm.
help us to break those patterns that could be toxic. So I don't want to get too preachy, guys. I know I spend a lot of time talking here, and I'm sorry. I'm trying to process my thoughts.
But
But
you did very well. Yes, I think I should spend some time with my close friends. Yeah, can actually I have some close friends. I think a few, like two or three girls, and they really care about me. And when I feel pressed, sometimes I choose to talk with them, and they can every time they can find out what my problem is, and they can make me, feel comfortable and relieved. I think. Yeah.
it can help. You have to see the benefit. And Chanel, how many friends do you have that you talk with?
Uh.
No,
Chanel.
Chanel.
Right now.
That's her name.
Chanel.
Her no, her name is Chanel. She's
Oh.
another one of our guests. Yeah. How many friends do you have and do you talk with?
I have one close friend. Now it's better.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
I have one close friend that we talk and we meet daily. Uh, Both of
Wow.
us, when we feel like embarrassed, we feel bad, we feel happy, we share to each other.
Wow.
Also today, in the in breaking time, we have 1 hour breaking time for lunch. We meet each other daily in that breaking time. We go out
Mm,
together, eat lunch together, and talking.
that is
Also
so
by
cool.
phone.
Yeah.
Yes, I have another other friends that I'm her close friend. Like they want to talk to me and share their lives, their bad and good things to me, but I haven't much that much time for them because of this, my friend.
Right, right. Of course, of course. And life changes. You know, when I was in Europe, you're gonna back in the 1900s. When I was in Europe in 1988, I know, right? Can't possibly be that old. Um, I was 18 years old, and something about Europe at that time was they worked like a 16-hour day, and you're like, how do you work so long? Well, no, they incorporated social things into their work day. So in the morning, the men would have breakfast at home and then go meet their friends at the cafe where they would read the newspaper and discuss it together with their friends every morning, and then they would go open their shop and they would work till about 11 a.m. and the whole town would shut down, even the water fountains in the street, the everything for 3 hours from 11 to 1. They call it a siesta time, and they would go take a nap or have a bite to eat with their family, and they'd come back and open the shop for several hours till like 5 or 6 p.m. Then they would go home and
Wow.
have dinner with their family and then come back and perhaps open the shop for a few more hours. But they incorporated social and family time within their work day. And as a culture, as a community, they all supported it because here we
Wow.
were 5,000 people, you know, from I was in the Navy, and here we have the whole battle group there. You think they'd stay open to make more money because we're all there. But nope, we're all standing around and there's no local people anywhere because they all are on siesta. It was so crazy. But as a community, they accepted that work and life go together, and they defended time for life inside their work day. So it wasn't like they went and to work for 8 hours and separated from their family and friends. No, they had time with their family and friends throughout the day. And it was like, I love it when a culture promotes that. But we can't always have a culture that promotes it, but you can
Yeah.
create your own personal culture where you defend time with your friends, where you protect and see the value of time with your family, valuable time, not chop chop. You know, no electronics at the table. Kids, help me prepare dinner. Kids, let's talk at dinner about your school day, or even adult children. Let's talk about your parenting, what's going on with your version of parenting, because I used to be a parent, so I could help you. And then help me with the dishes. Where are you going? Help me clean the kitchen. Let's go. Because as you were cleaning, as you were working together, you're talking. So, you know, some of these things that we have refined, we've actually taken away some helpful things that make us feel alive and not just see how long I can run on the wheel until I get to retirement. Yeah, running, running. Okay, well, we are actually running out of time.
Okay.
But anybody have a final thing to say? I think Chanel, you have something to add.
Yes, add your speech.
Now very
Very
clear now.
Come on, we want to hear you when your lips
now
are
it's
moving.
clear. Now it's clear.
That's better.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Add to your speech, I believe that the most important thing, I mean, more than having a diary and write down what you think, what you feel, is have a good friend to share your good and bad moment with them. Because when you are in a like toxic situation or in a bad mood, the only one who make you feel better is someone you have to when you speak or you don't speak, he or she understand you, feel you, and this person don't put a limit time for you. Anytime you need it, you can call, you can meet, you can share your feelings. It's
Mm-hmm.
best way for now to feel better, to like to not be a toxic person.
Right,
It's
right.
clear.
You got to get it out. Very good point. Very good point. And Andrea, what do you think? Any final things you want to say or add here?
I think what you have said about that I don't know that is a country or that is a like place that they got time to they have time throughout the day, working day, to stay with their family. I think maybe I should do something about that. Maybe I will make a like new timetable and to arrange some time every day stay with my family or friends. Maybe not every day, but at least
Hmm.
week or 3 times a week I can spend some time with my family and friends. We talk, we sit down, and we do something together, and then we feel each other's emotions. I think that will be very helpful for me, and then I can stop like mouth running, running, and running.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy. And start slowly so that so that you don't feel start slowly to develop an appetite for it. So you'll start to see the value of it and you'll get others to want to join you. If you say this is it, we're going to spend, so just gradually
Yeah,
spend more time and you'll see the value. You'll feel the difference in your life. Yeah, bye Chanel. I know she's going to go. Okay. Yeah, we're bye. See you later. She might be out of time too because it's been an hour. And then Candy, final words on this topic.
Final words is that I think nowadays it's very easy for us to be quick and to be quick to solve the problems, to have the quick response to any task that from our boss or our team. Probably we need to have the skills and ability to slow it down.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, think about this. I know this might sound morbid, but I worked around people who were dying, like in the hospital when I was in the medical field. And the reflection is this: when people had notice, like the doctor told them, you're going to die in 3 weeks or in a week or a few days, their values and their priorities change
yeah,
dramatically, obviously. So if you can grab that perspective, what would matter to you if you had one week to live? Now, you would do
wow,
some extreme things that are not practical. You would just probably quit your job, but don't do that. Don't do that. But everything would take a different perspective. Everything would take a different value. You would want to say things to your loved ones. You would want to hear things from them. You would give a higher priority to time spent with them. And so, no matter the people I've worked with, or as patients or as friends, military leaders in charge of a whole fleet all of a sudden knew they were going to die, they became a person really fast. Whether they were famous, fame doesn't matter anymore. Whether they were financially wealthy, they don't want to touch their yacht again. They don't care about those things. Whether they were accomplished with multiple degrees and doctorate in this and none of that mattered anymore. What mattered to them was the relationships they had and the ones they failed to make. They wanted to make better. So, in proper proportion to your lives, to keep from give priority to things that will matter to you a lot if you knew that you were dying, because from the day we're born, we're all dying, right?
yeah,
So what would matter? And also think about what do you want to leave behind for people to understand you and know you. And the best thing about making a mistake is people hearing the solution or what came from it. The best part about journaling your emotions when you're upset, maybe you're crying and writing it and you're so angry, and then you look back and go, how silly. Journal again later. Put the date and say, I looked back on this and I realized that my feelings were leading me, and I learned this from it. So that if your kids see your journals, you won't be like, I never want them to see that side of me. No, show them the human part because they are part of you and they might be trying to figure out why they're thinking or feeling the way they are. And if they look at your journal one day, they'll go, Mom felt that way too? Wow, now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. I'm not alone. So think about it, guys. These little things, practically, we're busy in life, but practically make time for reflecting on your life and the value and the trajectory. And then also having really good friendships that you make time for each other and you process thoughts together. Now, I will say one more thing. When you have a close friend and they confront you, or when you are a close friend and you confront your friend, like, Jonathan, you're not thinking straight right now. One of the immediate results from that person is they're going to get upset, they're going to become defensive. But the friendship is what allows me to say, Kendi, who do you think you are talking to me? You're right. Candy, you're right. You're right. You're right. I'm so sorry. Dude, really? I'm thinking that way right now. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that you. You told me nobody wanted to tell me that I was thinking. You see, so there's going to be an immediate defensive, but because you're friends, you're going to think about it and go, Candy, I'm sorry. You tried to show me something the other day, and I got angry. And I value our friendship, and I'm so grateful that you told me about it. See, it's a whole process. So if you confront your friends, they're going to often respond defensively at first, but then they'll think about how close you are, and then they'll come back and say, right? That's part of the process. Okay, 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 okay.
Okay.
Candy's got to go. I got to go. We got to go.
See you
Guys,
tomorrow.
tomorrow we will get together. It's my day of beginning vacation.
Wow.
Oh,
So, but I don't leave you guys behind. You're all the ones I know and the ones I don't know. Nice to see Andrea again. You guys are part of my
Oh,
life,
oh,
so we'll share vacation together. Okay, thank you, Andrea, for joining us. And
thank
I'll send you a hand wave to get back in touch with you. And Candy, thank you as always. Of course, Monera, thank you so much.
bye
And I'll see you
bye.
guys tomorrow. 再见，
Bye.
拜拜。
谢谢。Guys, as they leave the stage here, Candy's gone. Okay, give the stage time to clear. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. It has to be very brief today. I do see that Luna has her hand raised. I will send her a hand wave to say hi. So Luna, you can text me. I just have to stop right now and prepare for work. My last day of work before vacation. So tomorrow, I think it'll be relatively, maybe it'll be 2 hours tomorrow. Maybe I have to see when my bus leaves. But we're going on vacation starting tomorrow. Very cool, right? Bye, Tyler. Thank you, Luna. I plan on having a great day. You're welcome, A44. Doris Woo, 9 days, 9 days vacation, but you guys are all with me, so you can ask me questions. Um, I might even I might even edit some of my ancient videos I haven't published yet. So you guys that are subscribed to YouTube and TikTok and WeChat and Billy and Redbook and my podcast. Thank you, thank you. Maybe I will upload some new stuff finally. Yeah, thank you so much, Chime, Kaima, Chima. Yeah, thank you, Doris. Adar. Yay, vacation. Thank you, Moneta, for your help in the chat. Listen, guys, Moneta does so much in the chat to keep the peace. I thank her so much for doing that as a moderator. You don't see her on stage too much unless we do other venues. She comes here on stage. But Moneta, thank you so much for all that you do. And like I said, guys, sometimes we all make decisions to protect our environment here. Sometimes they could be better. Sometimes they're right on time. So thank you. Grace, I'm going to like by LA with my brother and his wife, my sister. It sounds weird, I know, guys. I'm talking about my Christian family. And then I will go to, yeah, I'll continue to broadcast Tina. And then I'm going to Solvang, which is a Dutch city in the United States. Very cool. And I'll take you guys there. I might extend my time there, maybe. All right, guys, I have to go. All right, take care of each other. And we'll close for now. Let me do the balloons. Thank you, guys. Thank you. See you later.